Happy Hump Day, coming off another winning day, and we have a huge NBA slate. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're here in the middle of the week to talk some more NBA. And as you guys heard, it is a big slate today, that's for sure. But hope everyone had a good day on Tuesday. I just got done coaching my daughter's first basketball practice. Tried to install some, out of bounds plays, motion offense, things like that. Didn't quite work out, but nobody got hurt. So that was a good day, that's for sure. But anyways, just want to point out first the name that player answer yesterday was Antoine Walker. And here's who guessed it correctly at Kurohashi, at Bill_Brasky88, and at 714 TV, which I think has been up here a couple times now. Only 3 people got it right, but thank you for all the answers. Really cool to hear all the answers. Some of them were pretty good guesses too. Glenn Rice, Shane Battier, Rip Hamilton, one of the best mid-range games in the, mid-range games in NBA history, that's for sure. But guys we grew up watching, just kind of cool to hear those names again. But anyways, that's what we got. We'll have a little different today. But before we get into anything, we got OUTLIER. That's right, the best player prop research tool on the market today. Any graphics you see in this video or future videos are from that app. If you want to give it a try, you got nothing to lose. Click the link below for a 7-day free trial. And again, if you want to be a profitable long-term sports bettor, you need tools like OUTLIER. They just help immensely and save a lot of time as well. So I'm ready to get into it. No name that player today. It was a busy night for me and Ryan, but we're going to give you a dad joke. So here we go. What do you call a nun who sleepwalks? A Roman Catholic. Not bad, huh? Okay. In this video, we're going to recap yesterday, and then we're going to talk defenses versus the small forward position because it's Wednesday. And because also it's hump day, we're going to talk the G's of threes. That's right. And then we'll give you our best bets and finish it with the recap. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button, leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and come join this awesome, positive community we have here. And also click the link below for the Discord, completely free to join. And if you want a lot of other minds, sharp minds as well, giving out winning bets and just talking sports every day and night, it's a lot of fun. So go check that out. But let's get this party started. And that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. The 2-1 day. We just missed the sweep. But Jokic over 22.5 rebounds plus assists. This guy's an absolute freaking monster. He probably would have had 30 rebounds plus assists if it wasn't a blowout. But he got the job done in the third quarter. Just insane. This one hurt. DeJounte Murray over 23.5 points plus assists. If you guys watched it, in my opinion, I love the read. I'd do it again. He shot 4 for 14 and disappeared in the fourth quarter, and he ended at 22. All we needed DeJounte Murray to do to cash was go 5 for 14 shooting. That's not asking a lot whatsoever, and he ended with 22 like we mentioned. So that was a tough loss. But the added play we had today was the Pelicans on the money line for plus 106. Another winner. I think it's a couple game bets in a row now. Let's hold the fort. We might actually be on a winning streak on those. But either way, as you can see the breakdown below, the side total bets 13-16 down 1.27. Player props up 19.4 for an overall record of 17.85 as the moneyline parlays have about broke even. So that's what we got. There's the under player tracker. And by the way, for the second or third night in a row, we had another bet. It was Tyrese Maxey under points, but he went from not on the injury report to ruled out because almost everybody in the NBA is doing that. It's just, I guess all the cool kids are doing that. So that was just voided, so that's why you don't see it here. But that's what we got for the bets recap. And now let's talk the small forward position. We start out with the defenses giving up the most points to the small forward position, and we got 3 matchups. The Raptors facing Jaylen Brown. Brown, 23.8 points per game. Raptors giving up 25.8. Then the Nets facing Norman Powell, 25.1 points per game. Nets giving up 24.4. And the Hawks facing Zach LaVine, 28.7. LaVine has been on a scoring tear lately. Hawks giving up 22.6 points per game to the small forward. Any other team or player that is in green means they are playing today. And there is, you can see the whole entire top 10 defenses are all playing today because it's a huge slate. So take a screenshot. We do a new position every single week, by the way. But let's go check out the rebounds now. And surprisingly, only one matchup. The Celtics facing RJ Barrett, averaging 6.1 rebounds per game. Celtics giving up 8.2. You see the Bulls up there giving up the most at 9.7. So that's what we got for that. Now let's check out the assists here. And we got one matchup, the Knicks facing Paul George, who's averaging 4.5 assists per game when he plays, and the Knicks 4.4 assists given up to the small forward position. You see RJ Barrett up there, Jaylen Brown. Again, the small forward to me is the hardest position to put up here because some websites treat some of these guys as small forwards, shooting guards, power forwards. It's tough nowadays in the NBA as to what exact position they play. But obviously, look into it more. Hopefully, at least you have the defenses and all that kind of stuff too. So that's all the help with the overs. Now let's look at the toughest small forward matchups in the last 30 days. Every stat I've given you is the last 30 days. Thunder giving up the fewest. Pacers, Spurs, Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, Lakers, Magic, Suns, and Hornets are all giving up the fewest points per game to the small forward. And then you see the rebounds. Knicks up there again. They're top 5 in the points given up, and then top 5 also number 1 in the rebounds. And then you go over to the assists. Thunder number 1 again, not playing today, but number 1 in points given up and assists allowed 3.0. And then all the rest of the teams almost are playing in that top 10 there for the fewest assists. So take some screenshots. Hopefully this helps you guys get some winners, but we're not done. Before we get to those best bets, let's talk the G's of threes. All right, here it is. We talk the hottest shooters in the last 8 games. So if you're new to this, here's the deal. If you want to make this list, you got to shoot 40 or more three-point attempts and shoot 40% or better from the three-point line. And that's what you get. We're going to have about 1.5 pages here. And then on the right side, we added this last year. Defenses giving up the highest three-point percentage in the last 8 games, just to kind of help you out maybe with some matchups or something. But the guy in green, the first one, is because he has the highest percentage. We have nobody actually shooting 50%, but Anthony Simons, 47.6%. And again, this is all last 8 games. If some played less than 8 games, we will mention it. As you can see, Steph Curry 6 games, Donovan Mitchell 7, Paul George 7, so on and so on. And this is all this is all done before the games were just played on Tuesday. Just so you guys know, Trey Murphy down there 5 games, Tim Hardaway 7 as well. But Cade Cunningham, as you guys know, crushing it, 45.8% from deep, and just crushing it overall in general. And then Isaiah Cotton Eye Joe there, 21 for 50 at 42%. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Take a screenshot. Now let's move on to page number 2, and we got Desmond Bane up there playing 7. Zach LaVine, who I said been on a scoring tear lately. Lou Dort shooting the ball well, 45.2%. Then we got Kispert, Hauser, and that is not LaMelo Ball. That is Lonzo Ball, ladies and gentlemen. 17 for 40, 42.5%. And again, the defenses are on the right side. So again, hopefully this helps you guys out, whether it's points props or for those that like to bet the 3-point props and things like that. So that's all we got for the research help. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Toronto, Canada, where the Raptors host the Boston Celtics. Celtics minus 12.5, a total of 229.5. It's a big spread. We're going back to the man, the myth, the legend. Kristaps Porzingis over 8.5 rebounds plus assists. This is as of recording, actually as of me giving out on Discord an hour before this. Minus 130 on ESPN Bet, minus 130 on Bet365. This is a 1-unit play. This number is just too low in my opinion. The Zinger has been playing more minutes lately. So let's hop into Outlier now and look at some numbers for Mr. Porzingis. So we're going to start out with last 5 games. As you can see, lots of green, and you like to see it. Over this line in 4 straight, but he's averaging 10.6 RAs per game in the last 5. That's right, even including that 7 game he had, he's averaging 10.6. We just need 9 here. Now let's scroll down to kind of look at the numbers, and this is what I love to see right here. If you add the rebound chances and potential assists, that little number under each of them, he is averaging 17.3 potential RAs per game. 17 is plenty enough to get 9 RAs for Mr. Porzingis. As you can see by the minutes, he's averaging around 30.8 minutes per game in the last 5. So he is back. He is on track to just play his normal minutes like he's been doing for the last year and a year and a half with the Celtics. So now, because he's playing big minutes, let's go back up to the top. Let's go to 2024. And then let's look at 28 plus minutes played, which I think is conservative. Like I said, he's averaging almost 31 points, or 31 minutes per game in the last 5. But if you look at games where he's played 28 or more minutes, he's over this in 9 of 11. Not just that, he's averaging just under 10 RAs per game, but it's more than that. I mean, he had a 4 that took that average way down. That 4 is against an elite rebounding team in the Orlando Magic, as you guys know. But he actually had 10 plus RAs in 8 of those 9 overs. So if you can only get 9.5, I like that as well. If it's plus money, 9.5, maybe slide down to a half unit. But I do like 9.5 as well. So with 28 plus minutes, if you look at last season real quick, it's already 28 plus. Now we can click on 2023. You can see he's averaged 10 RAs per game on 17.7 potentials. So I mean, it's just big numbers. That's just what he does. You can see the potentials down there. And with 17.7, right around the number he's been averaging the last 5, 17.3 potential RAs. So all the numbers are there, plenty of chances. Now let's look at the matchup. The center, they suck. Let's just face it, the Raptors struggle. They have struggled versus centers. 22nd rebounds allowed, 30th in assists allowed. This is over the whole course of the season. And now let's talk just even the last 4 centers versus Toronto. Trace Jackson Davis went over this with 9 RAs. Jalen Duren, 11 RAs. Jared Allen, 18 RAs. Cat, 15. 4 straight have gone over. We know this guy knows how to play ball. He knows how to rebound the basketball. With his minutes being around 30 minutes per game, I just think this line is too low. It's a little too slow to move. I love the potential numbers here. Just need to avoid a massive blowout. As long as he can get, I think, to that high 20s minutes, I think we'll be fine. Maybe being in Toronto helps a little, keeps this game a little bit close. At least to the third quarter and all that kind of stuff. So give me the zinger over 8.5 rebounds plus assists as my first best bet. All right, the second one takes us out to the land of the tiny beverages where the Timberwolves host the Golden State Warriors. T-Wolves minus 5.5. Total in this one is 215.5. I got a best bet and it's an over. Well, that's of course I have a best bet. That's what you're waiting for. Draymond Green over 4.5 dimes, minus 125 on Bet365. It's minus 130 on FanDuel, minus 140 on DraftKings. This is a 1-unit play. I know it's getting a little juicy on some of these, but hopefully you can get it still, minus 135 or so, minus 140 or less. If you can only get 5.5 plus money, I like it there. I'd maybe go a half unit there. But here's the deal. He is questionable. I don't usually bet on guys that are questionable. It's with an illness. So he's either not going to play or he's going to play. If he doesn't play, we get voided. That's actually the case for everybody. They either not going to play or play. But he's going to get voided if he doesn't play. So I'm not too worried about it. He did just sit out a game because of illness. So either way, I mean, I've bet on guys that were not on an injury report and still didn't play. So it is what it is. But let's talk Draymond. He's over this line in 22 of 33 games, 66% hit rate, averaging 5.61 assists per game this year, averaging 10.4 potential assists. So you'd love to see that, a little over 10 when I only need 5. So he's better with Steph in the lineup, averaging almost 1 more assist per game. Steph is in this one. Matchup, though. T-Wolves are a good defense, I'm not going to lie, but I like the matchup. I saw earlier this season in a game, the T-Wolves and Rudy Gobert especially, will play that drop coverage. They don't want him out there on the perimeter. And he's going to protect the paint, but it's made for some easy dribble handoff assists, easy pick and roll assists. And Draymond has obviously the potentials to do that. He's a very good passer, as you guys know. And you saw in the 2 head-to-head matchups already. In 2 games versus Minnesota this season, he has 6 and 7 dimes on 18 and 10 potential assists. That 6 dimes on 18 was extremely unlucky. I mean, that he should have had 9, 10, or 11 dimes in that one. That's an incredible amount of potential assists when we have a 4.5 line. So he's proven this is a good matchup for him. I'm going to keep it simple. Like I said, he's done it before versus Minnesota. He's done it before a lot this season already. I love the potentials. I just need him to suit up and play his normal minutes. So give me Draymond over 4.5 assists as my second best bet. All right, this third one takes us out to LA where the Lakers host the Miami Heat. Lakers minus 4.5. Total in this one is 217. We got a player prop. Give me Tyler Hero over 23.5 points at minus 113 on FanDuel. That is a 1-unit play as well. That's right. We're going big today. He's had a heck of a season. If you don't know, so far he's averaging 24 points per game. His usage has been high, but the last 5 games, which is about when Jimmy Butler, this whole drama went down and he stopped playing for them, and he's obviously now suspended. He went over this in 3 of 5 games, but he's averaging 25.4 points per game. And if you haven't seen what he's done the last 2, he's been on a roll. He scored 32 points in back-to-back games coming into this one. He is averaging a crazy 19.4 field goal attempts per game in the last 5, shooting 11 threes per game, shooting 40% from deep as well in the last 5, averaging 36 minutes. So you guys can see volume is high, usage is high, it's all there. He's also a better scorer on the road. On the road this season, he's averaging 25.6 points per game. At home, 22.6. Three less points at home, and he will be on the road, obviously, shooting 41.7% from deep on the road as well. Over this line in 12 of 20 games on the road, he is just a road assassin. I don't know what else to tell you. And now the matchup. This is a beauty. The Lakers have given up a ton of points to the shooting guard position. Now he's playing shooting guard, point guard. He was point guard for a while when Rozier wasn't playing in the starting lineup, was coming off the bench, but Rozier is in the starting lineup now. He's more of a shooting guard. LA giving up the 5th most points per game to the shooting guard. That's in the last 30 days. They've also given up the most made 3-pointers to the shooting guard. That's right. Nobody has given up more. 4.5 threes to the shooting guard in the last 3 days. That is not a good idea when you're facing Tyler Hero, obviously. The last game he just faced against the Lakers on December 4th, he scored 31 points in only 27 minutes because they blew the Lakers out. That's right. He scored 31 points in 27 minutes, 19 field goal attempts, and 16 threes. Do you know why? Because the Lakers can't defend it, and he had a lot of good looks. The looks from deep will be there against this Lakers team. All he's got to do is knock them down. So I just think a decent shooting night with this volume should get us over the top. Hopefully he catches fire again, and we just fly over this like he's been doing. So give me Tyler Hero over 23.5 points. That is my third and final bet on the video. Again, this is all done the night before. I will have more plays, so be sure to check the pinned comments on X and on Discord for any added plays. But so far, just those 3 1-unit plays for Wednesday. So before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. The 3 1-unit plays so far. Porzingis over 8.5 rebounds plus assists as of recording, minus 130 on ESPN Bet and Bet 365. Draymond Green over 4.5 assists. Yes, he is questionable with an illness, but obviously, if he doesn't play, it just gets voided. I do think he plays, and hopefully he does, because I like this bet. That's 1 unit, minus 125 on Bet365. And then the final one, Tyler Hero, over 23.5 points at minus 113 on FanDuel for another unit. So thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you for the daily comments that you guys leave as well. If you haven't already hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. And in the next few days, you will start to see some NFL best bets videos coming out for those Saturday and Sunday games in the divisional round is what it is, if I could get words out. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.